Let's look at what this might mean for a real person, a real manager, a real leader. Here's Christine. And you can see that she has high expressed inclusion and medium wanted inclusion. She herself wants to involve lots of people, but when it comes to being included by others, she might pick and choose what activities she gets involved in. As a manager, as a leader, she's likely to involve hosting her own events, networking, gaining recognition and attention, but she appreciates at least some time working independently on her own projects. She doesn't want to be included by other people all of the time. She has high express control and medium wanted control. She wants to influence, to manage, to organize other people, but she is rather more ambivalent about others organizing her, or about having to follow specific instructions. She is likely to be happy to share some responsibilities with her subordinates, but she does want to remain in control, and she may sometimes micromanage them or have trouble delegating tasks. And she has medium expressed affection and low wanted affection. She'll generally have friendly but more business-like relationships with colleagues and subordinates, maybe some of them more than others, but they may see her as quite private and not always easy to get to know. She's likely to be uncomfortable when people share too much personal information with her. She may not find it easy if her reports come to her with personal information or personal problems. Now, control is her highest overall need area. She'll generally going to like a structured environment where there are clear lines of responsibility and authority so she can get things done. And overall, she has high expressed and medium wanted behaviors. She usually initiates activities of others rather than preferring them to take the initiative. And as a leader, obviously it's going to be important for Christine to be aware of how she's perceived by her team members. And if the behaviors don't match her team members' interpersonal needs, there can be misunderstandings, miscommunication, maybe leading ultimately to that sort of disengagement and perception of a lack of managerial support that we've seen contributes to people wanting to leave their job. So let's see how this works with Mike, who's one of Christine's team. Now, if we look at inclusion, they're likely to work well together. Christine has high expressed inclusion, Mike has high wanted inclusion. Christine wants to include Mike and other subordinates, and Mike wants to be included. Christine has a medium level of wanted inclusion, which generally works well for Mike, who doesn't try to include her all the time. On control, however, there might be a little bit more of a mismatch. There may be some issues there. With his low wanted control, Mike might not respond well to Christine's high express control, to her quite direct style, and may want a greater degree of autonomy than Christine might naturally think to give. Of course, if Christine is aware of this, she could modify their behavior, or maybe work out a modus operandi with Mike, agree which tasks can be delegated, which tasks perhaps shouldn't be delegated. On affection, they may be a little bit more complementary to each other. Christine has medium expressed affection, Mike high wanted affection. Christine may be able to go at least some way to meeting Mike's needs in this area. And that's probably important because affection is the core driver for Mike. But there's perhaps one catch here. With his overall low expressed and high wanted scores, Mike's needs might not be obvious. And in particular, Mike's wanted affection is obviously higher than his expressed affection. But if Christine is aware of her own style and of Mike's, things will be clearer, maybe made for a more harmonious relationship.